Hello, this is Gerardo Valero, and today I'm going to be talking to you about The Warriors, a film which depicts a whole subculture living in New York City, a network of the various gangs who live under their own set of unwritten laws, along with the turfs which they rule under the various levels of their own society. They almost seem to function like military units. First up at the bottom come the low-lived orphans, the only gang who doesn't seem to have been able to afford flashy uniforms, or bats for that matter. So it's no surprise to us that it takes them so long to figure out exactly what the Warriors are doing when they clearly are lighting up the fuse for a Molotov bomb. Next up are the Lysis, the female gang who get to play a part almost of Greek mythology, the sirens who deviate the Warriors from reaching their goal of getting to their home in Coney Island. They also remind us that if something looks too good to be true, it usually is. Next up are the Riffs, the most feared gang in New York City, whose leader seems to have almost a superpower ability of being able to see in the dark, even while wearing sunglasses. And now we're going to be talking next up about the Warriors, who claim the title of the best, even though it is never specified to us exactly what judgment this title is based on. The audience gets the idea that this is indeed the case. Maybe it is because they can keep a composure while fighting, maybe because they have their own set of unplied ethics. It also doesn't hurt that they can beat the crap of just about anybody. This doesn't mean that they don't have their own problems, their leadership issues, but most of them seem to realize that they are in a business where cool heads prevail. Otherwise you'll get whacked or arrested for sure. Next up are the anti-warriors, the villains, the rogues, who are the ones who happen to kill the prophet figure of Cyrus. This doesn't mean that they are not memorable, especially their leader. Just think of the scene when he does all the clanking of the battles while calling warriors come out to play. When you hear this, A, it is very easy to identify the movie where it comes from, and B, I can assure you that you get the chills in the worst possible way. Finally, we're going to be talking about the physical objects that are in the way of the Warriors getting home. The two gangs which dressed as in baseball attire, called the Baseball Furies, or in the Chucky-style outfits, called the Punks. Judging from their performance on the battle with the Warriors, you will get the idea for sure that they should spend more time practicing their fighting skills instead of dressing up for the night activities. In this case, you can understand that these attires didn't help them very much while fighting the Warriors. Anyway, before leaving, we're going to propose another suggestion for Eva's little movie glossary, and it's called the closing sliding doors. And this applies to any movie, a chase movie, in which the chaser passes through these sliding doors, and at that precise moment, be it a subway or an elevator, those doors will slide and shut down in the noses of the chasers. And think, for example, of the Warriors and many other movies. Anyway, I thank you very much for listening, and until next time, el balcón está cerrado.